5G versus 4G. How will the newest network improve on the last? The fifth generation of mobile networking is here and getting more prominent by the day. Despite the ongoing pandemic and the recent unsubstantiated rumors about the dangers of 5G. With the rise in remote working in 2020 and into 2021, the rollout of 5G network coverage may come faster than we'd anticipated as more activities move online. Already, all three of the major service providers have rolled out their nationwide networks and are set to expand and improve their 5G rollout over the next few years. 5G could eventually change the way we use technology. But is it really worth upgrading to a 5G phone? It's time to find out what you need to know about 5G technology and see if it's really everything it's cracked up to be. 5G versus 4G speed. We've looked at how fast 5G is before, but there isn't a specific network speed we can expect. Instead, think of 5G as offering a speed range, and the actual speeds you get will depend on what wireless network you're connecting to, how busy it is, what device you're using, and a few other factors. This table gives you a rough idea of the maximum speeds of each generation of cellular network technology and the average speeds in the real world. Perhaps the average speed row above is more important than the max speed column, considering the fact that the peak speed here is theoretical, and you'll probably never really hit those download speeds. The topic is also complicated by the variety of different technologies that are used in each generation, geographical differences in coverage, and by the fact that the mobile technology continues to evolve and improve over time. For example, 4G has improved significantly over its lifetime with the development of LTE, long-term evolution, and then LTE-A, long-term evolution advanced. You can theoretically get up to 1 gigabit per second with the latest 4G LTE-A developments, which is in the range of what 5G delivers. The average speeds you get in the real world will inevitably be much lower. To put that speed into some kind of context, 1 gigabit per second, gigabits per second, is 1000 megabits per second, megabits per second. Confusingly, megabits are different from megabytes. There are 8 megabits, MB, in a megabyte, MB. So, 1 gigabit per second translates to 125 megabytes per second. An MP3 file might be 5 megabytes, while a TV episode might be 350 megabytes, and a Blu-ray movie will be 15 gigabytes, 15,000 megabytes, or more. If you actually have a 1 gigabit per second connection, you could potentially download a full HD Blu-ray quality movie in 2 minutes. While 4G technology is still improving, what you get is, realistically, somewhere between 10 megabits per second and 50 megabits per second. If we look at Netflix recommendations for streaming speeds, it recommends 25 megabits per second for Ultra HD quality. You only need 5 megabits per second for HD. The aim with 5G is to hit 50 megabits per second as an average minimum. However, right now the minimum is quite a bit lower, and the average sits around 57 megabits per second, according to SpeedCheck. It's always nice to have faster speeds, but that's not really the big attraction with 5G because 4G speeds are already pretty good. What 4G is not that great with is latency. 5G versus 4G coverage. It has taken years for 4G networks to spread across the world, and there are still plenty of rural areas relying on 3G networks. Even where there is 4G coverage, the speeds vary quite widely. We expect the full rollout of 5G networks to take a while. However, all three major carriers have made some pretty big advancements in 5G coverage over the past few months. All three of the major carriers now offer nationwide networks, based on the sub-6 spectrum, and are set to build out those networks with other spectrum and wide coverage over the next year. Source: digitaltrends.com. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.